Welcome to Winchester News Online. I'm Torrin Budd. It's safe to say Liz Truss has had an eventful first few weeks as Prime Minister, and today was no different. She'll be meeting with her cabinet as she fights to regain the trust of the party. But yesterday it wasn't just her grabbing the headlines, as the new Chancellor made many question her authority. Our reporter Tom Hooker has the story.
A central responsibility for any government is to do what's necessary for economic stability.
You'd be forgiven for thinking he's the one in charge here. In what has been a tumultuous last few days in Parliament, new Chancellor Jeremy Hunt sent the House of Commons into a frenzy after throwing out the majority of Liz Trusses Mini Budget.
So I'm announcing today a Treasury-led review into how we support energy bills beyond April next year. The objective is to design a new approach that will cost the taxpayer significantly less than planned, whilst ensuring enough support for those in need.
That's all well and good. But what does it actually mean for everyone? The energy price guarantee that was originally put in place for 2 years will now only support people until next April. The income tax rate will stay at 20% despite plans to drop it, and there'll be no getting rid of the top tax rate for high earners. And in Winchester, people are concerned about the lack of current energy support.
I don't know, with the increase in energy bills, I would like to have a bit more support. I'm a bit worried about kind of everyone's future that's my age.
Something's got to be done, and you've got to, I think, be a little bit more targeted in who needs the support, because there are people who maybe don't, but a lot would do, and it's working that out. It's going to be really hard.
Well, it's going to be difficult for everybody.
No, I think that it needs to go down.
The Prime Minister says she recognises the mistakes her government has made and has since apologised for her actions. It seems it's not just energy bills that are rising, as the pressure mounts on number 10 Downing Street day by day. Tom Hooker, Winchester News Online.
With a mixture of nerves and excitement, graduation is taking over Winchester this week, and the latest graduates are looking forward to receiving their certificates. After at least 3 years of hard work, graduates will pick up, finally, their certificates at Winchester Cathedral.
Excited. I'm nervous now. What was a graduation?
Why?
What was a good trip?
Yeah, it was a long journey. I enjoyed my course, but yeah, definitely tough. But overall, quite happy this year.
I'm a bit nervous, but I'm doing all right. I'm coping, yeah.
Excited?
Very. Yeah, I can't wait.
I'm feeling really good. Yeah, I can't wait to stand on stage and just get my award. Yeah.
Graduates would have been able to see a sand timer monument that had been erected outside the cathedral, which highlights suicide prevention. O'Shawn Davis is there to report.
Child and Adolescent Mental Health Services have erected a sand timer at Winchester Cathedral. This statue reflects on the 161 young people who took their lives in 2020. The sand timer has 48 purple-coloured balls representing the girls who lost their lives, and 113 orange balls representing the boys. The sand timer turns over every 40 seconds to represent one life that is lost every 40 seconds to suicide globally. We will be speaking with the Hampshire Child and Adolescent Mental Health Services in the coming weeks to discuss the importance of the sand timer and the problems that the youth of today go through on a daily basis.
Winchester played host to a military freedom parade on Saturday, which saw troops marching down the high street to celebrate a 30-year anniversary. The parade was given the go-ahead after the City Council voted to grant freedom to the entry of the School of Logistics and Administration based in Worthy Down. Our reporter, Nyana McGee, was there to see the parade in action.
A historic day for the city of Winchester and for the troops of the Adjutant General's Corps. The Freedom of Winchester parade took place on Saturday, celebrating the regiment's 30th anniversary. It's a rainy day here in Winchester, but that hasn't deterred the morale of the Adjutant General's Corps. The right to freedom of entry is an ancient privilege, allowing a military unit to parade through the city streets with bayonets fixed, drums beating and colours flying. Joining the Mayor of Winchester in attendance was the Corps' Deputy Colonel-in-Chief, Her Royal Highness the Duchess of Gloucester. The parade is a gesture of appreciation to the troops for their dedicated service and is just one example of Winchester's historical relationship with the military.
Winchester is an ancient military city, it's an ancient city. We've had the army here we've had military presence here for around 2,000 years. And we've had the Adjutant General's Corps here as part of the city since its founding 30 years ago. And I think that's a really important thing. So the military are part of the local community.
The parade was enjoyed both by residents and visitors of Winchester, who lined the city streets to show their support.
It was very exciting and it's very soothing matter with the band and the band was excellent.
Really proud to see our boys and girls that serve our country marching here today.
It made a really nice atmosphere and seemed to consolidate communities.
Overall, a triumphant day for Winchester, celebrating the harmony between the Corps and the city. Nayana McGee, Winchester News Online.
Peter Symonds College is celebrating coming 4th in the country for offers from Oxbridge. They got 56 offers in 2021 and have already received 44 for the current cohort. Wagamama is being refurbished this week, ready for half term. Opening hours have been reduced so work can take place for the renovation, with the restaurant only opening in the evenings. Marks & Spencer is set to close 25% of its stores over the next 5 years as part of a huge national shake-up as it battles against rising costs, with Winchester rumoured to be one of those stores closing. Vodka are hoping to extend their opening hours by an hour in the week and weekend as a way to modernise the club. Councillors met yesterday to discuss this suggestion. Now, having already backtracked several times in her short term in office, Liz Truss had promised to abolish smart motorways as speculation has been ongoing regarding the safety of these new roads. Construction has now been paused, but protesters still flocked to Birmingham to tell the Prime Minister to follow up on her promise and ban them for good. Alex Franklin was there for us.
I do believe that the smart motorways experiment hasn't worked. I absolutely think that we need to review them and stop them.
That was Liz Truss back in August. Fast forward to now in October, and her new Conservative government pulls into Birmingham's International Convention Centre. Protesters were there in numbers to ensure that the new Prime Minister follows through on her promise to abolish smart motorways.
We want to remind her of the promises she made. She said she would scrap smart motorways, and we want to make sure that happens. You know, it affects people directly.
I mean, I had engine failure on my motorcycle. If there had been a hard shoulder, I'd have had somewhere to pull into, safely stop and call breakdown. But unfortunately, there were two heavy goods vehicles there. As the first one entered my blind spot, to turn to check it was alongside so I could safely slow. As I've done that, my wheels just moved that little bit over and come off the edge of the tarmac, hit the dirt and slammed me against the barrier, trapping my leg at 60 miles an hour as it threw me off. Folded my leg, something chopped through my knee, shattering that, dislocated shoulder and ripped my hand open.
For the time being, smart motorway construction has been paused until the safety of these new digital roads can be thoroughly assessed. This includes the now halted work taking place between junctions 9 to 14 on the M3 past Winchester's WINOL interchange.
There's a lot of work to be done for Liz Truss and her new government over the coming weeks, as she's inherited what can only be called the dregs of the Boris Johnson era. The purpose of the Smart Motorways Kill campaign, though, is to ensure that the safety of our highways remains a priority for this new government.
National Highways Chief Executive Nick Harris has said this month that safety is at the forefront of every decision that National Highways make. But for now, the question still remains: smart motorways, will they stay or will they go? Alex Franklin, Winchester News Online.
For those who love an adrenaline rush, a newly refurbished go-karting track in Eastleigh has reopened. Our reporter Amelia Hopkinson went down to check it out.
After being closed for 3 months, Teen Spot Go-Karting in Eastleigh has reopened its doors to karters. During its closure, it has been through a major refurbishment and now has a brand new track for karters to enjoy.
The brand new redesigned racetrack has 500 metres of ups and downs and twists and turns. It has 9 corners over 2 levels and includes hairpin bends, double apex corners and lengthy straights so karters can really put their foot down. Obviously I'm not going out on the track, otherwise I would be wearing a Team Sport race suit.
It's really good fun. There's loads of opportunities around the track to sort of go flat out, or you can slow down, and I think the fastest driver won't just be the fastest at this track, you've got to be technical as well and sort of wait for your time. Boost button's brilliant. It's a little blue boost button that you hit that, and that just gives you a little bit of a nudge over your opponent. That's cool. Oh, it's brilliant. It's really, really good. Yeah, first time driving it and I love it.
As well as a new track, there are also new eco-electric karts which can reach speeds of up to 40 miles an hour and have an average lap time of 26 seconds. These new electric karts are much safer than the old gas go-karts.
It's safer for customers, it's safer for our staff to be in a cleaner environment, and the karts are just incredible. The performance of the karts, it gives us loads more options in terms of gamification and other things that we can do that are far more exciting than just driving around the kart circuit.
Customers are now able to enjoy a drink at the new bar, play some arcade games, have a go at the car simulation, or even have a round of mini golf. Amelia Hopkinson, Winchester News Online.
As the temperature begins to drop and October comes to a close, our reporter Owen Noon was at Scream Aloud Scream Park to see what's on offer as we head into the spooky season.
With Halloween just around the corner, Scream Aloud Scream Park has returned to Lymington for yet another year of frights. Adding to their roaming actors, this local scare company has ramped up their main scare maze attraction to compete with the likes of Tully Shocktoberfest and Thorpe Park Fright Nights. Scream Aloud's aim is to challenge people's perceptions of what fear is and push even the strongest of people way above their limits.
It began 8 years ago when I was 16, where I ran it as a small event with my mum and dad helping out where they could. I had two investors, Jason Tate and Paul Craven, who loved what I had done and thought they could help me, a local lad, make it much bigger.
Being marketed as the South Coast's leading Halloween event, Scream Aloud takes you through 6 well-themed scare mazes, testing even the strongest of nerves.
It was terrifying. You just couldn't expect what would be around the next corner. Like, you go through one thing, things over, then bam, like another thing, and each room, there was like 6 different rooms and they were all so different, and they've done it so well.
So I did just buy a protection crystal from these lovely guys to protect me, because just the entrance was terrifying.
Apart from the scare mazes on offer, there's also a live DJ and entertainment, a food court with a bar, as well as a fun fair offering multiple different rides for every age range.
After experiencing Scream Aloud scares firsthand, you can really see why they label themselves as the biggest scare event in the South. With their 6 scare mazes and the fairground behind me, they really have gone above and beyond once again.
Owen Noon, Winchester News Online.
You may have seen people, especially children, peering into shop windows around Winchester. They're not just window shoppers, but they're all taking part in the annual Winchester Spooky Word Hunt. Participants need to use their trail sheets that can be found online, and once they've found all the words in shop windows, they can win a special spooky prize. Jen Howard has been to get involved in the Halloween half-term fun.
Winchester Business Improvement District, the BID, has launched its annual Spooky Halloween Word Hunt this week. Families and big kids alike have taken to the streets of Winchester to complete the word hunt, all in hopes of winning the big hamper prize. But it's not just about prizes and witches' hats. It's an important event for local businesses to reach a new customer base, as well as get the people of Winchester out and about in the city.
All the businesses that wish to take part have a sticker in their window, and there are 9 different stickers around the city that participants have to go out and hunt using a trail sheet. I've done it with my parents, and they're, in their late 70s. So, it's for all ages, young and old. It's just lovely walking around the cobble streets of Winchester. Some people go from A to B, but actually, if you can see the other parts of the city, you get more of a variety. And then, you can come back in the future and get involved or visit somewhere different. The independents, I think, make Winchester unique.
Anybody that stops to look in the window has got to be a good thing, because they might think, oh, actually I really like I like that coat, and you never know where they're going to store it in their mind to come back to.
I think it's just a brilliant thing to be involved with. We love seeing everybody running past in their fancy dress, so it's a nice one to do, and obviously it's brilliant to be connected with the other independent businesses in Winchester as well.
There'll be a lot of people that don't maybe know that we're here, or parents that didn't realise that we were here, and then they say, oh, the Specsavers is here, so then we can come in. So hopefully it will attract more people.
Participants have been sharing pictures of their Halloween fun all over social media. Jen Howard, Winchester News Online.
That's all we've got time for. See you next week.